Hi, this is Charles Hoskinson, broadcasting pre-recorded with some guys in a strange barn brewing beer.
Alright, before we dive into this video, I just need to add a little bit more context. Charles is a tech entrepreneur who builds blockchains and cryptocurrencies which, believe it or not, can be used to improve the quality of beer, wine, and spirits. We flew from North Carolina all the way to Colorado to hang out with Charles, brew beer, and talk about it.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's going
Charles.
on?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just got back from Canada and had a pretty busy week, but I couldn't miss this for the world.
Sweet, all right. We're glad you're here.
What you guys doing here? What's this all about?
We're gonna brew some beer. In fact, we're hoping you would help us brew some beer.
Okay, how's this work?
Well, the first thing we need to do is grind some grain.
Okay.
All right.
We're using pale malt, Vienna malt, and some Munich malt. Got it from the local homebrew shop down in Longmont.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
Okay, let's take a wow. You want to get a shot of this?
Have you done this before?
No.
He's obviously been in front of the camera once or twice.
All right, what's the next step?
We're gonna put the grains in the basket, we're gonna mash them, we're gonna turn the starch into sugar. So we'll get the basket in there and we'll let you pour the grains in.
It's sitting at 152 degrees, so.
152 is so slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was a horse, I'd be all over that. Well, I'm actually moving my mini horse today from my farm to my ranch.
Mr. Tibbers.
Mr. Tibbers.
Well, you can lure him into the trailer with this man.
Right. He's pretty small, you can just pick him up.
You know, I was thinking, we know who you are. Snoop Dogg knows who you are. The United States Congress knows who you are.
Hi, everybody.
Network TV anchors know who you are.
Charles, great to have you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on.
I'm pretty sure Elon Musk knows who you are, but I don't know that all of our audience members know who you are, so could you just briefly, Charles, tell us?
Who are you?
Well, I'm a little bit of a serial entrepreneur. I build cryptocurrencies and blockchains.
Charles worked on really early Bitcoin projects. He was a co-founder of Ethereum, and he created the Cardano blockchain platform and ADA cryptocurrency.
I own another company that does synthetic biology, and we're right now exploring how to make plants glow in the dark. That's called Nightscape. And then I have another company that's a ranch up in Wyoming. It's 11,000 acres, and I have a bunch of bison, 500 of them, roaming around trying to kill me every day.
Our plan was to taste two options and have Charles select a beer. There's a little hitch there. Charles does something called wet year, dry year.
Yeah, so I don't want to become a closet alcoholic.
Okay.
What I do is I
plan.
1 year and
Good plan.
I have a whole year where I don't drink. And so this seemed like a good idea at the time, but actually 2020 fell on a dry year. I wasn't allowed to drink that entire year. 2021 was the wet year, so 2022 is the dry year. So
Sure.
I have a few more months and then I can finally drink again. And,
Okay.
I'm a big whiskey fan.
All right. Scotch, I
Oh yeah,
assume?
single malt
Sure.
whiskey. Yeah.
What we were hoping to do, you're into meditation, right, and higher consciousness type things. We were wondering if we could taste the beer and we could sort of try and convey the vibe of the beer to you. You let us know what you think of it, and then you still make the selection.
Okay.
We could just give it a shot.
Okay, we can try that.
So the two options we have, one is a French Saison, the other one is a beer made with Norwegian farmhouse. Both of the beers are typically made on farms with the ingredients found at the farms. We're on a lavender farm, so we're gonna make a lavender beer with the farmhouse.
So how does a lavender beer work?
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's tough. The closest thing I've ever gotten is a lavender milkshake. Actually, it's a lavender cream soda.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay, sure. Well, let's start with the French. We'll start with the French Saison. So this is the Saison. There we go. There we go. All right, is there a security team going to tackle me if we?
No.
Okay, gotcha. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah. You went for it.
I'm not really feeling it.
No? Okay.
It's like okay, I'll get drunk off of it, but I'm not happy. It's the plan B at the bar.
Okay, all right. All right, let's try the Norwegian Kveik IPA. See how that makes you feel. You guys ready?
Yeah. This is Kveik.
You ready for the chain?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do it.
That's better.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. IPA it is.
3, 2, 1.
We sourced some questions from Reddit,
Sure.
r/Cardano.
Okay.
And I just want to keep it really high level, stick with the basics, because the people who are watching right now may or may not have had a few beers before they started watching
Probably
this.
should if they're watching me.
Yeah, okay. Could you just start out by explaining the difference between a blockchain and a cryptocurrency?
So blockchain is a collection of technologies that usually involves a decentralized data store that's immutable, time-stamped, and auditable. Now, a cryptocurrency is where you try to create an incentive system to manage that structure in a decentralized way. So you have a token, and you basically use that to pay people to maintain that structure.
Sure.
So I got barley, which we pulverize
Yep.
and use the drill for that. That's pretty cheap. Then this little pot contraption, we put it in. Anything special about 154? Is it like the scientific optimal thing?
In general, a higher mash temperature will produce less fermentable sugars, resulting in a lower ABV, sweeter, fuller-bodied beer.
Now here's where platforms like Cardano get really cool. It turns out that you actually can take something volatile and turn it into something stable. That's called an algorithmic stablecoin. Now why would that be interesting? Well, there's tons of industries that are historically unbanked. The hemp industry is a great example of that. And there's others where even if they wanted to get a bank account, they're having trouble doing that, even though they're legally operating. You have a little pump there to do the circulation, and that's your controller right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys sell any of this equipment, or?
Yeah, we sell a decent amount.
Okay. Do you accept ADA for payment?
Yeah, so our business is run on a platform called Shopify. We're easily able to accept Bitcoin and like Dogecoin
For whatever reason.
for whatever reason. But we can't, ADA's what we prefer actually.
Yeah, we need to get an ADA plugin for Shopify.
Yes. Yeah. So I guess if you could just put a word in with whoever matters.
Yeah, if you know somebody.
Yeah, if you know somebody, that could maybe.
I got some guys.
How could the record-keeping capabilities of Cardano be used in a useful way in the beer, wine, and spirits industries?
Sure. So it starts with the end. So you have your can, for example. You put a little QR code on it and create an app. You can scan it, and then it can show you the entire life cycle of that beer, starting from right here where it was brewed, from us putting the barley in to the brewing process and all those inputs. All that data generated, that evidence generated, the nature of the supplies, these types of things can all be preserved. In addition, real-life identities can actually be put on the people who made it. So let's say I really like this beer, maybe I can actually send you a tip real time. So you as brewers can actually have a direct payment from the consumer, these types of things. The second thing is you make claims about your beer, like you say maybe it's organic, or maybe you use a certain type of yeast, or it followed a certain ethically sustainable process, or so forth. That's where you can put all of that. Then there's a question of, okay, well, how was it canned? And how long did it sit on the shelf? All these types of things. As a consumer, I don't know any of that right now. Now, you can record all of that information. You can put a QR code, save it on the Cardano blockchain or another blockchain style structure. And then suddenly you're now in a situation where you've given real life agency to that beer.
I think we can pull these grains. The stable's kind of high. All right, put it in there, Charles. Perfect.
Come on in, come on, don't be shy. That is the mash out, my friend.
Kick the heat up.
Yeah, turn that shit up.
Can we do some like lightning round questions?
Sure.
Okay. Most annoying when? When moon, when burn, or when Lambo?
Oh my God, when burn? I mean, for fuck's sake.
Favorite cult classic movie?
A Bad Taste. It was Peter Jackson's first movie. There's these guys that basically have to fight some aliens that show up that are using humans for meat.
You have helicopters on the ranch?
I have one helicopter.
Okay, one
Yeah,
helicopter.
it's a Black Hawk. It's a fire control helicopter.
Okay.
My ranch is right next to Medicine Bow National Forest. We get 4 or 5 wildfires every year. So I gave some money to the local fire department, and everybody on the ranch is getting their red cards and training up to become firefighters. But then I said, well, it'd be nice to have a vehicle to assist with firefighting in remote areas. So we started listing all the criteria for this, and it was like almost like when Mr. Spizzers was trying to find a replacement while he went on vacation. So he was trying to find like the perfect secretary. So he's entering all these keywords, and he's like, oh, fuck it, I'll just go get Homer. So the same thing happened with me. I was entering all this stuff, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just buy a Black Hawk.
I think Smithers picked me because of my motivational skills. Everyone always says they have to work a lot harder when I'm around.
Favorite animated series?
Well, Well, Rick and Morty for animated.
Oh, that's
you know, Justin Roiland is an ADA fan.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
we talk over PMs from time to time.
Oh gosh. We're a boil.
We're boiling? It was so cool the last season. Like, I would watch an episode of Rick and Morty, and then I would message him and be like,
That's so
Mr.
cool.
Nimbus!
That's so good.
I am Mr. Nimbus. He's gonna say that a lot.
Pretty sure this is proof that the multiverse exists. I don't think in any other universe are we brewing beer with Charles Hoskinson here. So you veered off on a weird timeline. I hope you make it back, Charles.
So is this where we put in the hops?
Could you like kind of give him a slow pour there?
A little slow pour right there. Yeah, that gets them all hard.
Yeah.
They should slow pour.
He knows our audience. He knows our audience. I feel like we could leave this chill for a minute, and this would be a good time to check out the lavender.
All right, let's
field.
see some lavender, huh?
Yeah, let's check it out.
This is Rabbit Mountain Lavender.
Oh, you guys got to get a picture of that view. Look at that.
We started out with 1,000 plants a couple of years ago. The winters have been a little rough, and we've been busy. Laura and I built that house by ourselves and been building the barn, and
Wow,
we've been
that's so
busy.
cool.
And
We built that baby over there ourselves.
So how do I harvest lavender? How's that work?
so lavender harvesting, I'll give you one of these
Okay.
brutal sickles here, and all it really consists of is grabbing a bunch and just drag that knife across, and then you grab a little more.
Okay.
And,
So I'll grab a little cluster and then you just drag it across?
Yep. And so
Oh, wow.
we actually have 7 different species of lavender grown. We've already harvested everything this year for making products and everything. So with the exception of this little bit that we have left.
That's pretty cool, man.
Smells great. Smells pretty good on the plant. Now, can you translate it to beer?
I think we can do it.
All right, so we have the lavender here that Charles picked. Well, he's got to hit the road. He's got a busy schedule, but we'll add it for you. The nice thing about beer, especially a beer like this, we can age it a little bit, and we'll send you a bottle when it's done.
Okay.
So you can sample it when you're back in the wet cycle.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. This is super cool. If you ever want to brew beer in a Black Hawk helicopter, let us know. I think that'd be a first.
I don't think the FAA would let us do it, but we can certainly try.
So, anyway, thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, good to meet you, Charles.
Thank you for the hospitality.